What's up, my creators? If you're interested in making some more absolutely fabulous and unique t shirt designs, let's get started. All right, my creators. So we're over on Canva.com. And those of you who've been with me for a while, you know that I have the pro version. And so if you're new to Canva, it's fine to have the free version for now when you're just kind of, playing around and getting familiar with the platform. But when you are really ready to start designing, I would highly, highly suggest that you get the pro version, and this is just, I think it's best because you get so many different, um, more fonts and templates and graphics and just so many different apps and things like that. I think all of these things are available even if you have the free version, but you have to pay. It's like, everything that you use, if it's not included as a free thing or a free item, you have to pay for it. And so it ends up, if you end up using 12 images that you have to pay $1 each for or more, you have paid, $12. And I think it's only like $12 a month. And it might be cheaper if you get it annually. I don't have a Canva affiliate link right now. So I'm just telling you this because I think it is the best thing to get. So, anyway, let's start over here on the left hand side. We are going to create a design. And by the way, if you are brand new to Canva, all of these items that you see here, these are recent designs from that I have made. But if you are new, you won't have any of this here. You wouldn't see that. Okay. So this is personal to the person who owns that particular Canva account. So we are going to create a design and we're going to make a t-shirt image. So the average t-shirt image size that you need to make is usually about a 12 by 16. It could vary, but this is just an average size. So we're going to choose the units. You want to make sure that the units is in inches. If it is not, you want to click on this arrow here and choose units, and then you want to type in 12, and by the height is going to be 16. And by the way, you want to choose your units before you put in the width and height information, okay? Because it won't allow you to do it. It'll act kind of crazy. So just make sure you choose the units first. So now that we have our width and our height in here and the units, we're going to click on create new design, and we're going to create our new workspace in Canva. All right, so now we have our new design space here, and we are going to use a template, right? So templates are great because if you are not a person who loves to design or you just feel like you are not quite skilled in it, templates are great. Or if even not a template, it can be an image, a focal image that you can use as a base, and then you can add elements and fonts and things around that particular image to help yourself out. So I'm going over to my projects here and I'm going to click on folders, and I have some images in here that I have actually created for my site, my image site, that you can check out yourself if you like. It's JoyArtClub.online. And so we're going to use some images, or an image here at least, and we are going to create our t-shirt image, t-shirt design from an image. Okay. So I think I'm going to choose her. So when you pop it over on the screen, you want to always make sure that the background is clear. So I'm going to click on background remover. But don't worry, when you purchase them from me on my site, the background should already be removed. But just in case I made some error and it's not removed, you can just click on background remover if you have the pro version. All right. So now I'm going to make her a little larger. And by the way, you can tell that the image has, I mean, that the background has been removed because this is now, you see where it says background remover at the top here? This is now highlighted. It's purple. So you know that the image, that the background has been removed. So I had made her larger, but maybe not. I might need to make her smaller. We're not sure. We're just kind of playing around here. So we are going to, let's add some um, background to her, like some type of, I don't know, maybe some kind of water color, something or another. So I'm going to click on elements and I'm going to type in here in the search bar, I'm going to type in water color blob. And let's see what comes up. I'm going to click on see all. And we're going to choose something that kind of resonates for this particular design. Now in her earrings, there's some little blue. I don't know. I thought I saw a little green, but it's more blue than anything. So I'm going to choose this one, although it's green. I'm going to try to change this color. And the way that we do that, if we go to edit, and if you click on the filters under see all, sometimes it will give you a color effect that you want. So I'm scrolling down. I can either do a gray or silver effect, or I could do a blue. So let's do this gray. Yeah, I like that. Let's let's see. Let's do that one. And now let's duplicate this by clicking on the plus sign. And I think I'm going to rotate it. Did it rotate? Okay, I'm going to rotate it some. I'm going to make it smaller so I can make it a little more dense. What I'm trying to do is cover, you see where her shoulders are, uh-oh, what happened there? Okay. You see where her shoulders and the bottom of her is cut off? I'm trying to kind of camouflage that somewhat. So that's why I chose this. Now we're going to do something else. Let's move all of this down. I'll keep her at the bottom. We're going to type in here silver flower. Let's see what comes up under silver flower. Okay, because I want to kind of hide her, the shoulders on the left and right side somewhat too. So we're going to camouflage that just a pinch. It's amazing what you can do with art. I mean, it's freaking amazing. It really is amazing to me. And I'm sure all of you creators out there probably feel the same way. Otherwise, why would we be creating, right? Okay. Oh, yeah, I like that. Okay, now let's see if we can do something else with this flower. Maybe we can put a flower in her hair. Okay, make this a little smaller. Put this over here on the right. Okay, so now I'm going to play around with some other designs or some other elements and see what we can come up with. Let's see what we can do with this flower. All right, my creators. So I just kind of played around with these elements somewhat on the page, just trying to create some effects here. And I really like this. I think it's very pretty. And now we can actually, let's go back over to elements and let's type in silver glitter. And what I love about this, oh my goodness, what did I type there? Silver flow glitter were. Okay, silver glitter. Let me spell correctly. Okay, so we got silver glitter here. Let's find something that just kind of, we don't want a whole lot because we got a lot going on here, but I just want something that just kind of, I don't know, sets it off. Let's see. Okay, let's make this larger. All right, let's flip this around vertically on the bottom. There we go. And now I'm going to go to position. Whenever you want to move some things around, and there are a lot of things on the page, there are a lot of, pieces on the page, a lot of elements, and you're scared to kind of mess around with them, you can go to position and go to the layers menu here. And this is where you can click on any item that you want and you will see it highlighted on the workspace. So I want to take this and I want to put it not all the way in the back, but definitely, let's see, I want it behind the flower. Yeah, I guess I do want it all the way in the back. Okay, so it's in the back and I like this. I'm a person, guys. I love, oh, I want to make this even larger. This is the leaf. I just accidentally grabbed this and I'm making it larger. I like big, bold stuff. You don't have to have all this on here, but I like stuff that really stands out. So let me grab this flower, and it is this one. And you can tell the different flowers because if you click on each one on the panel on the menu, you can see on the page that it's highlighting that particular one. So this is the one, and I want to now move it over here. And I'm going to make it somewhat smaller. Okay, cool. Now we are going to put some text on here. So now let me go to text and we are going to type something and probably just one simple word. What will that word be? I don't know. So I am now on the text and you can see they have some font combinations. You can use these font combinations. I like this one because I like the um, where it says global. I want to use that. So I'm going to ungroup these. This one I don't want, so I'm just going to delete that. The global I want. And obviously I don't want it to be gray, so I'm going to choose another color. So let's just make it black. And we are going to click on effects. We're going to outline this and we're going to make this white. So it stands out. And of course, it's not going to say global. We're going to change that word. And let's see, what do we want to say, creators? Let's think of what we want to say. How about just beautiful? Okay. So now I'm going to pull this over. Sometimes with the text, you can do two things. You can either take the text box and pull it all the way to the very end. And if you click on the alignment tab right here, if you click center and it's already on center, it'll make sure that it's centered within that text box. And it's also centered across the page because you have the text box all the way to the end of the page. And I'm moving this out the way for a second because I want to pull this flower up a little. And I'm going to pull this one up a little. Now I'm going to pull this back over. Now, you could also, with the effects, you could change this outline color and you could make it pink. You can make it something that stands out if you want. It's totally up to you. That's pretty. You can make it a blue to kind of emphasize the blue in her um, in her glasses somewhat. I'm going to use, let's see. Okay, I think I'll just keep it. Do we want to keep it white? I don't know. Um, so anyway, we'll decide what color we want for the highlight. But when you do highlight, I want you to know you can change the thickness of the highlight. You can make it larger or smaller. You can make it very large like that where it really stands out. I like that a lot. And of course, now we need to move it up some because um, it's thicker, so it's hitting the bottom, which means that we need to move our flowers up some because we still wanted to cover that shoulder just a little. And actually, guys, if you look, creators, where this gray was and we were going to put the text on top of, we don't even necessarily need that because since we have made the text so much larger, we don't necessarily need the flowers to cover her shoulder, and we don't necessarily need that gray underneath there. So I think I'm just going to make these flowers a little smaller, pull them up some. All right. I'm liking this. I love this. Let's duplicate this and put that up there. Make it even smaller. And let's duplicate this one. Put this over here. They don't have to be perfectly even, just kind of randomly on the design. All right. Okay, I really like this. I think it's so pretty. Not sure if we want to keep it this green color or if we want it that thick. But the point is, with these pre-made focal images, you could do what you want. You can add things, to it like I just did here. You can do so much. You don't have to have just a plain image. That is the point. You can take a random plain image from my site and you can make a beautiful, stunning design, right? That's pretty. I love bold colors. I am just I don't know why I love these bold colors so much. I think I like this. All right, guys. So now we have a new image, completely new image. Now, remember, let me show you what we had from the beginning. So let me just add a page here, and we're going to upload the same image that we started with. It was under projects and it was under folders. And again, this is the image that you would have purchased as a focal image, and you would have just uploaded this to Canva, and you would add this on here and add different features and focal points and elements and things like that to create a beautiful design. So let me find that image. All right, so I think it was her. So guys, we went from this plain image, although it's beautiful, we went from that to that. Isn't that beautiful? So when you make your designs, they don't have to be plain. And let me show you something else you can do to make your image stand out even more. So if you click on the image, you can make a shadow behind this image. Now, I've made shadows in different ways. One way to make a shadow is you can simply click on edit, and on the left-hand side under effects, if you click on shadows, you can create a shadow. So you can either have a drop shadow, an outline, you can have an angled page lift, any of these different things, a backdrop. So I'm just going to choose drop, right? So you see the shadow? Do you see how it kind of shadowed it out? I'm going or added a shadow. I'm going to click undo. Now watch the image very well. See the difference? Putting the shadow back. Okay, so now If you look over here on the left-hand side, you can change your shadow around. You can make the blur of the shadow smaller or larger. We don't really want to do that because remember those shoulders, right? So we want to keep those shoulders kind of hidden away. So we'd have to kind of move this around again and everything. So I don't want to use that shadow. And that's why sometimes I don't use the shadow effect because it moves the actual image around in order to accommodate the shadow. So what I like to do, click on the design or click on the image, the focal image, click the duplicate right there. And then what we're going to do, we're going to click on edit and we are going to adjust this image and we're going to make it dark where it's black. And we're going to make the contrast very high and no highlights, no shadows. And now we're going to go to position. We are going to make sure the layers tab is clicked. And now this shadow is selected here on the left. And now I want to drag it down because I want to put it right behind the original focal point. Do you see that? Okay. And now while this image is clicked and highlighted, I'm going to take my mouse and I'm going to make this a little larger. See how I'm making the shadow a little larger? Not too large, but just a little so that you can see the shadow. And I think I like it just on the left-hand side or the right hand. Now, I don't want this shoulder over here sticking out. So I'm going to just take my mouse and crop it some. Okay? So now you have a shadow. And you can move it around however you want. I think I like it right there or right there. But nevertheless, you have your shadow. And so now your image sticks out just a little bit more. So again, creators, we went from that to that, right? So now let's download this and we're going to upload it into Printify or Printful, one of them, and we're going to see how it would look on a t-shirt or a sweatshirt. So to download, we click on share, we go to download. We want this to be a PNG because PNG files are clearer and crisper, and they are really good for any kind of print on demand, right? So you always want a PNG for the most part. Sometimes JPEGs are good, but PNGs are just a little clearer, I think. And you want to change the size. It'll probably be on 1 as a default. You want to increase this to probably 2. I wouldn't say go larger than 2 because sometimes that makes the file too large and it's too large to upload into your print on demand site. Now, what this will do, this will change the resolution of the file and make sure that it's large. Now, when you purchase these images from me, they are at least a 250 DPI, which is a really great resolution. But sometimes because we've added all of these different things on here, we just want to ensure that the quality is superb, okay? So we've increased it to 2. We're going to leave all of this alone. We do not want to, we do want a transparent background, I'm sorry, because we do not want the white to show, all right? And we don't want all 2 pages. So we want to click off of that. We only want page 1. And now we're going to click done and download. And now Canva is going to download our image, as you can see it's doing there. And then we're going to hop over to one of these print on demand sites and upload it to see how beautiful it looks on a t-shirt or a sweatshirt. All right, creators. So we're on Printful.com, and this is a Bella Canva t-shirt. I think it's a 3005. I love, love, love this shirt. The neck is not this tight. I don't know why the picture looks like this. I have a few of these shirts, and the neck is so low. Um, I love this shirt. So anyway, let's upload the design and see if it is at least a 300 DPI, and let's see how this comes out. All right, so it uploaded it. Now let's apply it and let's see. Okay, it says it's a good DPI, but it's only 250. So remember, we want our DPI to be 300. So we're going to hop back over to Canva, and I'm going to show you how you're going to make this into a 300 DPI. All right, because it's only 250. So we're back over on Canva.com, and we're going to share and download this design again. We had it at 2, but let's make it 2.5. Let's make it 2.625. Transparent and page 1 again. Let's download it and let's see if we can get this to at least a 300 DPI. And by the way, this is a pro feature as well. You cannot download a transparent file in Canva if you don't have a pro account, because you can't, first of all, you can't make the background clear. So, and I don't think you can change the resolution, possibly, but I'm not sure about that. So let's go on over to Printful and see what happens. All right, creators, we're over on Printful.com, and we, by us increasing that size on Canva, we moved it up. It is now 328 DPI, which is great. That's what you want. You want it to be at least a 300 DPI so that your image comes out perfectly crisp on your t-shirts or sweatshirts or mugs or whatever you're doing on print on demand. So now let's take a look at the mockups. All right, so here are the mockups on Printful. I don't really like their mockups. They're not that they don't have a great variety of mockups, but those of you who have been following me, you know how to create your own mockups. So I'll link the video in the description and as a pinned comment so you can see how to create your own mockups for your Etsy store or for your social media or wherever you want to put your mockups to advertise your products. Okay, so this is the t-shirt. I think it's beautiful. This is the looser look, and I don't know why it doesn't show the design as clearly on the loose one for some reason. So let's hop back over to Canva and let's make a quick little design. I will link the entire video for you to see how to do that, but let's create a mock-up on Canva. Okay, creators, so we're back over on Canva. And so, for those of you who do not know, you want to create a new design. And again, this is to create a mock up image for your Etsy store or your um, social media page. Of course, if you create it for your social media page, you probably want to make the design a square size, like 1080 by 1080 for Facebook or for an Instagram post. But for Etsy, you want to make it 2500 by 2100 pixels. So we're going to choose custom size, and pixels is already selected. If it was not, I would choose the down arrow and choose pixels. The width is going to be 2500 and the height is 2100. And we're going to simply create a new design. All right, my creators. So we're going to choose one of my mini model mockups. And I am going to, since this is the holidays, let's choose her. I created her. This is an AI design, and I'm going to set her as the image background. And because our design is vertical, I'm going to move her up somewhat. So In case you didn't know how to do that, if you double click on the image itself, you can move it around within the design space. All right, so now I'm going to go over to my uploads and I am going to upload that image that we downloaded earlier. Okay, so here is the image. I'm going to just click on it and it pops right over. I'm going to make it a little smaller. I'm going to double click on her because I'm going to make this image wider because I want the image to really show. And it looks like her shoulders are turned somewhat. So I'm going to turn the image just a little bit. So now there is your image. Now, let me tell you what's great about this design. These 12 by 16 images that you purchase from JoyArtClub.online, you can also use these for art, wall art. So, don't be limited to what you can do with these designs. They are fabulous. You could, if you don't want it to say beautiful, you could say whatever you want. The point is, these images are ready and waiting for your final touches. So, we've just made a mock-up for our Etsy store. And you can make as many mock-ups as you want. You can, if you wanted to put it on to show it on a t-shirt, you would have a mock-up of a woman with a t-shirt. So there are so many different things you can do with this, but your creativity is what will help you to decide what you want to do with this image. So anyway, I just wanted to come on here, give you a little more insight into my design templates and show you what you can do with them. If you liked the image that we just used, go to JoyArtClub.online where you can find some beautiful images that you can use for your print on demand store. I have different membership tiers available, so check me out now. So my creators, I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, comment, share, and subscribe. I appreciate you watching, and I want you to remember one thing. You know what I always say, the more we create, the less we hate. I'll see you in the next video.